Batkum katanat Nongialehkai kajala kidon katsau Hajar sanspa ngut ki Nongialehkai hakajala ki balawan ban syatas yala kisap ki jongki hakatalan identification program jong ka sorkar jala. Tang benta ka katsau tarik leber Hajar arposau kidon sanspa ngut AA ki bala syakot banyadan benta haka program kabala penlong hamadan ka North Eastern Hill University Shillong ka sorkar jala kala pentrikam ya ka talent identification program bat ka elite pathway program hapok ke start program ringkat kejinya terilang bat ke Meghalaya State Olympic Association lingba ke EEP kumba arspa angut ki Nongialehkai atlet kila Shah hikai bat ha usnam arhaja arposan palat shipo Hajar ki Nongiashimenta kentup ki banadu hendusnam kilawan ban syawat ne yet ya kasap pakidon hakani ka singi la samru ya kejing ai mensiam da kapisa Shaki Nongialehkai ki bawan ra tak maksiar ki arspa khandai pho hanyongut ki Nongialehkai atlet bat ki coach kila yo pedang ya kapisa kaba hendru pho pralak la samru ya ka kusnam Nongialehkai Shaki Nongialehkai hakani ka snam la sam kusnam ru ya ki nong job hakaji kop tam jong ka 7 North East Youth Festival hakani ka program la donlang menteri rangba kajala ukan rat ki sangma chief secretary uba DP Waklang bat ke director ke sports and youth affairs ke kong Isawanda lalu bat uba John F Khashiying working president MSOA uko owner ke North East United FC uba deru uting shop ke Bollywood John Abraham ru uladon lang hakani ke program na lor ki Nongialehkai lapun benaru ya kejinyate asoskular hapdeng ke NEUFC bat katanat Nongialehkai ke jala ban kentiu ya kejinyalehkai kenjat bol ha Meghalaya kejakana kebenta ke NI sya ke NEUFC hamau khanu East Khasi Hills bat kan shnaya kamadan ke babianglut na dong shadong kum ke Residential Football Academy.
That if the state has to move forward, we cannot continue with the same kind of governance approach that we had been having in the past. I'm not blaming anybody, nor am I saying what they did was not correct. Everybody has a style of functioning, and I had my own thoughts. And hence, when we came into the government in 2018, we were very clear that rather than looking at departments and looking at schemes and focusing on implementation of schemes, we need to focus as a government on the beneficiaries and what is it that we're trying to achieve by implementing these schemes, and what is it that we're trying to achieve by these different departments doing the different works that they are doing. Now, why is that important? It's important because administration and governance is so complex that while we are focusing on the different rules and different schemes and different programs and policies, we actually forget what is it that we wanted to do. And therefore, we need to keep reminding ourselves, what is it that we are trying to do as a government? And hence started a very long process of us reforming our entire outlook, and we said we will go as per the stakeholder approach. And who are these stakeholders? These stakeholders are our youth. Our stakeholders are the women of our state. Our stakeholders are the farmers of our state. So like that, the entrepreneurs of our state. So whatever we do as a government, it must impact and be beneficial for the youth. And that's when we came out and we realized that for 47 years, the state government of Meghalaya had been running different sports and youth affairs programs without a policy. And how can you move forward without a policy? Because then you don't know what you want to do in life. You need to set targets. You need to fix a vision, a goal. And then you need to be able to define the process and the route with which you will achieve those goals. These are basic principles for any organization to be able to lead or reach to a desired goal or objective or vision that they have. And hence, the youth became the center of our policy making. The youth became the center of our approach as to what we need to do. It was not the schemes anymore. It was not the programs anymore. It was not the officials or the politicians anymore. It was what is good for the youth of our state, this government will do. And that is why, if you've noticed in the last 5 to 6 years, the policies we created, the programs that we made were youth-centric. I remember as a youth, I was 21 years old. I just finished my undergrad from University of Pennsylvania. I thought I'd come back to my state, to my country, because my father told me, you can go and study in the US, but you better come back. My only condition is you will come back and you will give back whatever you have learned to our people, is what his condition was. I still remember. And I came back. And I was so excited to start my own business. And I was working and working and working, and I just looked around everywhere. And there was nobody to help me. There was nobody to even guide me. There was no schemes of the government. There was nothing that would motivate me to actually start my own business. There was no enterprising ecosystem or an entrepreneurship ecosystem existing in our state and the country also. To be among the top 10 states in the country, it cannot happen with Conrad Sangma or DP Walang alone. It can only happen if the state, if the people, and especially the youth, become part of this goal, of this objective, of this mission that we have. And that is why, friends, youth is at the center of the policies that we make. That almost close to 50% of sports infrastructure, 50% of the sports infrastructure, close to 45, 40 plus, almost close to 50% of the sports infrastructure that is there in the state today, close to 50% was created in the last 3 years alone. In the last 3 years alone, close to 50% of the entire sports infrastructure in the history of the state was made in the last 3 years. Out of the 5 Meghalaya Games that has been held in the history of our state, 5 Meghalaya Games only, 3 of them were in the last 5 years. And now it's going to happen every year. For the first time, it was this government that introduced the sports awards and was felicitating and rewarding the medalists in the state games or with the national games or any other national competition that is there. It is this government that started giving scholarship to our students who are getting medals in national games and in national competitions at different disciplines that are there. We give scholarship to these students so that you're able to continue your studies, get money to be able to invest in different sports and programs and buy maybe equipments that you need. It may not be enough, but at least it is a support that you're getting from the government. And yes, if necessary, we will do even more.